How to make a spaghetti strap. This is very often when you're sewing and then suddenly you have to make a dress and now you need to create the spaghetti strap. Or if you're doing swimwear, then you have to create the swimwear straps, the spaghetti. Anyway, for the swimwear, you need to add elastic inside. Normally, it has to be like 1/4 inch rubber elastic because the other elastic, the braided elastic or the other type of elastic, I don't really recommend. Best recommendation for swimwear, it's a 1/4 inch rubber elastic. Okay, so how to do it? I'm gonna give you two tips. One, if you're gonna finish your spaghetti at 1/4 inch, cut the fabric at 1 inch wide. Do it on bias cut, and then use 1/4 inch elastic if you will, if you need to use elastic for spaghetti straps. Or in this case, I'm doing something very tiny for a dress, so I still cut 1 inch, but because it's on bias, when you sew it, it becomes narrower, which is okay because that's exactly what I want to accomplish. So it ends up like 1/8 of thickness. So here's how it works. This is the fabric I cut. It's 1 inch wide, and this is a tool you need to use to turn it over. So I have another tool here, but it's kind of bigger. It's 1/4 inch round. This is like 1/8, maybe between 1/8 and 1/16 of width, and then it's kind of long. It has a little loop at the end. If you can see, it has this little safety thing that goes up that secures the fabric at the end, and then it pulls it. I'll show you more when it comes down to demonstrating that. So this is my cover stitch 5 thread. I took out the third thread, and so I'm only using 3 thread right now. So again, if you take a 1/4 inch exact, then your strap is going to be kind of even. See how it's coming out here? And you must do it on an overlock because you will stretch, and then because it has some chain underneath, so it will make it flexible to stretch a little bit more, although it's not a stretch fabric, but we're cutting it on a bias, so then it will stretch. I don't really recommend you to do it on in with the single needle because then you're gonna need a lot of tension adjustment, and on top of that, if the straps stretch a bit, the thread is gonna break, so you don't want that. So it's better to do an overlap. So here's how I do it. I'm one hand working right now, so I can show you guys how to do it. See, okay, gonna show one more time. This is how the spaghetti looks like. If you notice here, there's one that is super skinny. That means because I went too narrow on it, and the other one is a little bit thicker. This is what I'm aiming at. So I'm gonna so as long as you have it even, because this fabric stretches as you go, so then it becomes a little bit uneven. But if you keep it even every single time, then you get this kind of result. For this dress, I'm going to need like 6 straps, two sides plus 2 on the center front. So if you notice, this is how the ends look like. They look a little bit wider at the entrance. So you chop it. When you start sewing, a lot of times it's not even because you're barely starting the beginning. But then take off whatever it's not even, and then keep only what's even. So now we're gonna introduce the wire through the whole spaghetti. When it's at the other end, the safety part it's down, and try to hook the double layer, not on the single layer, just so it will have more strength to stick on that end. You see how it's gripping on the two fabric right there? I realized that if you just pull it straight once it's hooked on, then a lot of times it gets stuck on the same material. But if you twist it a little bit, you have a better opportunity to pull it smoothly through. You hold this end with your hand, but not don't grip it so hard. Let the inside end run through it, and then your hand is gonna walk like that up while this end is going, it's being pulled by the little wire, and your fingers through this little loop at the, you see how it's coming out from the tunnel, if you call it like that. And look how beautiful it came out. I believe you guys help me with your likes and hearts, because look, it came out so well. As you can see, I finished. I made 2, 4, 6, 7. Although I only need 6. I have 2 extra straps. Actually, 3 more on the side. Those were the first ones I tested my machine with, but I have enough already to finish that dress. Anyhow, always cut a few more, uh, just to make sure you have enough. A lot of people cut just exactly what they need, but a lot of times sewing, whatever, things can happen, and so you don't want to be cutting again. So I normally cut more, and then if one goes wrong, then I just need to replace it by another extra one I have on hand. I hope these tutorials are helping you out. So creating a strap, it's like what I just showed you. But if you want to go for production and you want to do mass production, then there are companies who handle these things. You just need to give them some yardage, and then they will create it for you. So whichever way you want to go, they will always recommend that you add elastic inside, but a lot of them don't have elastic. For example, this one is not stretch fabric, so it's good because it won't stretch that much. And again, not sure if I mentioned, but it's better if you create your spaghetti with overlock, not with single needle, because single needle will, the thread will break when it stretches out. But overlock, it's good. 4 thread overlock, it's better, but I chose 5 thread this time because the 3 thread is slightly wider, and I wanted the spaghetti to be filled in with more fabric. So that's why, and thread also, because the fabric is so thin. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you next time, and let's enjoy sewing and designing.